when Brad, you get on Brad's bad side, the first thing Brad gonna do, he gonna go for your weight. If you overweight or obese, Brad is going to attack your weight. So all you bitches that are not on your grind and you plus size, if you fucking with Brad, be prepared, bitch. He gonna the minute you get on his bad side, he gonna call you every hippopotamus in the fucking book. I'm just letting you bitches know, because I don't want you bitches to have a breakdown and be crying. Crystal, I don't want to hear it. Brad is a monster when it comes to that type of shit. Ah. Now you can get away with being a fat ass with Tyrone or Jose, but Brad, the first thing he gonna do is he gonna try to break you down with your weight. I'm just letting y'all know. Miss Lovely said Brad is cheap and shallow. You know, a lot of Becky's, not just Fat Becky, a lot of Becky's are fucking with Tyrone. I noticed that. We gotta sit there and ask ourselves, why are they fucking with this nigga? Now I'm starting to see some things about Brad that's letting me know why they. Now, I'm not saying fuck with Tyrone. That's not what I'm saying. Do not fuck with Tyrone. But I can honestly see why Becky is with Tyrone and not Brad. Because Brad gives. Let me tell you one thing about Brad. Brad gives up easy. Who can vouch for that? Now you see. Now when y'all was messing with Tyrone, what did Tyrone do? Tyrone would chase you down. You like kiss your ass a little bit. Not Brad. Brad will stick his mouth out and go. Brad, okay, fine. That's how he talks. Brad like, okay, fine. I'm done. Are you done? We're done.
You're right.
Yeah. Brad give up easy. I think that's why Becky. I think that's why Becky like Tyrone so much, because Tyrone will kiss your ass. And yeah, how many of y'all ever? Not that we reminiscing, but whoever. I'm done with Tyrone. But let's just for old time's sake, let's just take a trip down memory lane and name maybe one or two good things, maybe one or two, and then we just take the shovel and bury the nigga in the grave because we done.
So, Crystal wants to go down memory lane and name one or two qualities about Tyrone that she wishes Brad had. But let's not forget how she complains about how she doesn't want Brad acting like Tyrone. She doesn't want a wigger. But now they want to reminisce and pick qualities about Tyrone that they wish Brad had. Hmm, let me guess what one of those qualities is. But let's continue.
With Tyrone, I liked about that nigga.
I don't have nothing good to say about Tyrone either. I don't. There's nothing good. I don't.
I'm gonna say this one thing that I wish that Brad was like. Number one, Tyrone approaches. I wait. Ty-
She says one that Tyrone approaches. Now, one of the many things that we have heard Crystal Swirls talk about is that black men or the manosphere or whoever has always said that, you know, the white man don't want us. And she fought tooth and nail that the white man does want black women. And here we are after so much pain, getting her ass beat, sucking for appliances and such. No flowers from Top Shelf Todd. All of a sudden now, Brad doesn't approach. Well, Tyrone's been telling us, or telling you, for years that the white man doesn't want black women. And your subs back you up. Tyrone don't know what he talking about. They just jealous, blah blah, whatever. But here now, since you decide that you don't want Brad anymore, are you saying that Tyrone is right? Hmm.
Wrong
But
approaches.
Tyrone only approaches is because he's a loser. Most of them are fucking losers. Like when I be driving in my car, Tyrone is the only fucking loser I know who will stare me in my car. A white man who's walking or something like that, or a Hispanic man who's walking and he don't got no car. He is determined to get off his feet and to get a car. He is not looking in the car of a woman because he's too lazy to get his own car.
Let's take one or two qualities from Tyrone that you wish that Brad had. Just give me one or two. And be honest.
One thing I will say, the only, I don't know, the approaches.
Yeah.
Hispanic man approach black women all the time. What do you mean, Brad? She's Brad. Approaching, okay.
And not giving up. Not giving up.
No, I didn't have a good experience with Tyrone. I'm gonna be honest. I did not.
So Crystal says not giving up. I guess that's the second quality about Tyrone she wishes Brad had. Well, maybe they gave up on her. Yeah, maybe they gave up on her. But I mean, like I have always said, these women here, they follow whatever she says, whichever way the wind is blowing. Crystal's done with Brad and talking shit about Brad, and all of a sudden they got these Brad stories to talk shit about. So when Tyrone was always saying that Brad don't want us, was Tyrone right all along? Because if you listen to Crystal Swirls and her minions, the answer to that question would be yes. Did I say wrong? I meant right. Tyrone being right. The answer to that would be yes. Hmm. So they're agreeing with Tyrone now about Brad. Interesting.
I have a good experience with them at all. So
Okay. Doretta said swag.
I will say most of the ones who I fucked with had confidence, but I feel like the only reason they had confidence was because Blackistan tear black women's confidence down so fucking low.
In order to build up theirs.
Right. Right. So it's not even genuine confidence in my opinion, because if we added other races of men into the mix, they really would not even fucking be that confident.
Well, I'm with Miss Lovely. Miss Lovely, honestly, I really wish you would call up the show. I've never heard from you, but that little comment that you said, Brad and Tyrone can have each other, girl, we could talk for hours about this shit. I'm at that point too. Because I'm done.
And oh, they could talk about Brad and Tyrone wanting each other. She could talk about that for hours. And you know what? I truly believe that. Simply because of the fact that she's been talking about Tyrone for hours. Hell, for years. Because she really wants them, but he does not want her. And now she's come to realize it's the same about Brad. Thank you, Top Shelf Todd with them flowers. The fact that you didn't deliver those flowers has woken, has awakened Crystal Swirls. Mm, I never knew flowers meant so much to her. Mm, 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 mm. I mean, it wasn't the beat down she got from Milkman that woke her up. It was not getting some flowers. Mm, mm, mm.
I'm pretty much.
You know, I've seen a video that Taiwan is trying to tell white women to stay away from black men. Like, no, that's the wrong message. That's the wrong message. Do not tell Becky to stay away from Taiwan because we are trying to get as many women, black women, away from Taiwan. So Becky needs to stay over there so we can distract right behind them.
Well, Miss Lovely said Brad approaches Tyrone without a problem, but he stares at black women. No, thank you. No, she got a point. She got a point.
That's true. Yeah, Brad does approach Tyrone.
Damn.
And you know what? Y'all said it earlier.
So all of a sudden, because y'all are mad at Brad, you're gonna say that he approaches Tyrone? Well, let me take that back because I mean, when y'all did like Brad, you still talked about, some Brads going to Tyrone, Tyrone trying to take Brads, and you know what? If a man can take another man, I don't want that man to begin with because he wasn't straight anyway. So y'all are complaining about Brad being around Tyrone or Tyrone being around Brad. Y'all are complaining about gay men wanting each other. Any straight woman would not be concerned about what a gay man is doing with another man. I mean, unless, of course, you are trying to change him from gay to straight and you're mad because you can't. How long has Crystal Swirls been on YouTube talking about Brad, teaching about getting the bag, moving into the suburbs, and now it's put Brad in the same category as Tyrone. And these women just follow right along. Like they don't have minds of their own. it's I see now why if you don't believe Crystal and take her side, she kicks you to the curb because y'all just go with the flow of whatever she says, whoever she likes, whoever she doesn't like. At that time, you just hop on the bus and ride it out with her. Listening to this, well, portions of this live she did earlier tonight, that's exactly what happened. Because was it yesterday, the day before, when she was talking about it's going to be a channel switch, it's going to be about, you know, all the Jose's coming over there, please sub. And there's a few of y'all in there sprinkled still talking about you want Brad. And tonight, all that has changed. But just like in the past with Tyrone, when she was bashing Tyrone, there was a few of y'all sprinkled in there still that was dating him because you came on a live saying, I just broke up with Tyrone. I just kicked Tyrone out. I just love Tyrone. So I'm going to go ahead and say it's safe to say that some of y'all, even after this live right here, you're still going to fuck with not only Tyrone, but Brad too. Yeah, I have no doubt in that. I just, I don't understand. It's got to be pure trauma bonding. That's what it has. That's what it has to be. Name one thing that Crystal Swirls has said she was going to do, and she has actually accomplished it. Oh, sure, she said get a house, but it's not in the suburbs, and Brad didn't get it for her. She got that house by default, by the death of someone. She didn't put any work into that. Hell, it's not even her money. It belonged to Angelo. And where is he now? Because I believe she said he's graduated. Where is he? Because these last few lives, they've been all sorts of different times throughout the day. Not that it stopped her before when he was still in school, but when she was doing all them 8, 9, 10 hour lives. Is he still around? Because we ain't heard nothing since that last knock on the door from CPS. Is he still there? Or was he finally rescued? I hope he's been rescued. I really do. But back to Crystal Swirls. Since I've known you and your channel, it's been Brad. And all these great things about Brad, even when Brad was beating you over the head and he was on drugs. But like you said, he was, in your opinion, good looking, but he was a meth head. How in the world can you call yourself a teacher or a mentor and you have a prime example of the bottom of the shelf living with you? How are you telling women to get men that are top shelf and you were there scurrying around the bottom? How are you? Why? How do you? How? Phew, mm-mm-mm. You cannot teach me how to do something that you yourself have not done. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was over there. I listened. I was a moderator and all that. But see, I met you or came across your channel right before you introduced us to Dan. And watching that, I gave a bit of a side eye on some of it. And I thought, well, she's a little bit weird, but yeah, it's entertaining. Because, see, I wasn't there to learn something from you necessarily. I learned about you, but not necessarily trying to learn from you. Because, see, I can get my own man. And see, that's why your prime focus is these millennials, these young ones, Gen Zs, because you can manipulate their minds into believing that you know about men when you don't. And some of them have been around for Milkman and all your past videos that are no longer up on YouTube. But they really should do their research. Look at my video. Look at other people who have recordings of the real you. Is that you're full of shit. Teaching and talking about crap that you don't know anything about. You don't. And that's why things have changed from over here to over there so quickly. It's not a journey of self discovery for you, it's not a leveling up. It's you constantly trying to be what you see other real women doing, but you can't compete. In this recording that I played before I started talking, Tyrone likes big women, or Becky, or something you said. When you like Brad, you were trying to prove that, Brad likes big women too. All that juicy titty talk and big butt talk, and how you don't have problems getting a Brad. Well, apparently you do have a problem. I mean, you went through Milkman to Dan to Top Shelf Todd. From what I understand, turned out to be gay. You cried over Milkman, talking about the drugs got him. He was a druggie when you met him. And you only took 3 days to have him living with you. What kind of vetting did you do in 3 days? Oh, hold up. Let me guess. Wait, wait, wait. He's got abs. He's Italian. And he's got a big penis. Checkmate. I'm taking him home with me. You cried over him. Dan, he treated you right. You picked out a cubic zirconia engagement ring. You picked that out because that's what you thought you were worth. Now, he bought you a washer, a refrigerator, a stove, a total gym, and a bed. He bought those things for you. And I'm pretty sure he bought your engagement ring, but that's the one thing that you had control over, deciding on the design, what it would be like, and all that stuff. And you chose cubic zirconia. And then when he decides he wants to buy himself a motorcycle one day, oh no, you didn't like that because you thought that that money should be spent on you. Really? What, what, what were you planning on doing with that motorcycle money if he didn't buy the motorcycle? Buy more cubic zirconia? You got real demanding, telling him to pay your bills or you were going to open up your options. Hmm. And he let you open your options because he left. And your options since then have been what? Top Shelf Todd, a gay dude who you asked flowers from. And you didn't get those flowers and you cried. Hmm. You got Milkman the meth head, Dan who would have bought you the world, and then Top Shelf Todd who didn't buy you shit. Per request. Hmm. And again, who did you cry over? The meth head and the mystery man, Todd, that you never met. The two out of three men, the two bums, are the ones you cried over. The meth head and the gay dude. Neither one of them got you shit. You were paying for Milkman to stay with you. Todd wouldn't even call 1-800 Flowers for you. He probably wouldn't pick daisies out your front yard and put and you cried over the bums. And this is the woman that y'all are listening to? The woman who cried over the bums? Three men. And she's crying over the bums. You might as well say that she was crying over the Tyrones in white skin. Because that's who she truly. If we're gonna call Tyrone the bum and they ain't shit, that's what she fucking wants. That is what she wants. She just can't. Tyrone ain't dealing with her, and now she's realizing Brad's not either. And as you heard her in this little clip that I played, she wants to reminisce with the ladies, her minions. Let's let's think back for a moment. And she wants them to name some qualities that Tyrone has that she wished Brad had. And that's why I say with Milkman and Top Chef Todd, two bum ass men, didn't give a shit. Man, I lost my train of thought. Bottom line is, bottom line, bottom line is black, white, or whatever, she will get the bottom shelf. She also called herself a gutter bitch. Well, the gutter is the bottom. So there you go. You attract what you are. Plain and simple. And these women continue to follow her. And now it's going to be all about the Jose's. What about the women who don't want Jose? Is she still going to cater to talking about the men that they want? Or is that it? It's going to be Jose's. And I'm going to guess and say that she's going after Jose again because she got one Jose before. Well, you got a black man before too. And you produced a son with him that you choose to ignore. You'll say you have three children. As a matter of fact, you have said this. I have three children. I have a daughter that didn't make it, and I have my son Angelo. And that's all you'll say. You'll tell us you have three, but you won't. But other than that, you won't mention the son that looks just like you. So unfortunate for him. But he's not a bad looking guy, actually. He's not. Mm. Ooh, I'm so glad you don't have a daughter. Oh my goodness. We don't need another one of you running around. You're live the other night talking about Cyber Barbie, and she's 160. You talked shit about this woman for 6 out of the 8 hours that you were alive. That you were live. And you think it's crazy that she calls you fat but won't acknowledge herself as fat. You laughed at her. Oh, she called me fat. She's fat. She's fat. You. I bet that was one of the best nights you ever had because you think that here's another fat girl. Let's target her. I won't be the laughing stock tonight. You think that her being 160 pounds, if she really is, 160 pounds is worse than you at 400. And I'm gonna say 400 because that's probably where you are anyway. You can stick to 300 or 350 because that's the last number that we actually heard about when you were still showing yourself on the screen. But I'm going to say 400 simply because I think that's probably where you are. And you like to turn assumptions into facts about other people anyway. So I'm going to give you a dose of that medicine. So you're 400 in this video. And you think that Cyber Barbie, excuse me, her 160 is more laughable than your 400 pounds? Bitch, are you crazy? Actually, you are. I think your mother's schizophrenia passed on to you. But anyway, during this live, you got a girl named Sasha. Not as y'all call breadcrumb Brad, not that Sasha, but another one. I believe she said she was 5'6", and the other woman on the phone was 5'7". And because at that moment what Sasha said did not fit your narrative of laughing at Cyber Barbie, you double down on Sasha. Oh, you're innocent. It is so what? But it is so what? So what? And not too far later into the live, oh, Sasha being an inch shorter. Oh, all of a sudden she's your buddy because you're going to use her to attack Cyber Barbie by saying, now you got two skinny girls, ha 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 ha, to go after Cyber Barbie. You are a clown, Crystal Swirls. You are a jealous clown. You go from Brad should automatic or a man should automatically just know what you want without asking. He should just take care of you automatically. You shouldn't have to ask for nothing. He should be just shelling out money, paying your bills, giving you money, or you call it an allowance. He don't need to worry about what you do for a living, what you bring to the table. He should just automatically just walk up without even knowing you and just I want to take care of you. No man is like that. And Cyber Barbie just said she doesn't have to beg men for money. And you got triggered. You got triggered. You got triggered by that big word. Now, I don't recall the whole tone of this conversation at the time. I don't know if what you were saying at the time was considered begging, but based upon what I've known about you, you probably did have a begging tone in what you were saying. You always, why should we have to ask? He just give you the money. Well, you're begging in a sense that you do you do beg. You do. In the way you say things, you do. Cyber Barbie said that she got to beg for money. You got triggered. Hell, you know what? You got triggered because you do beg. Point blank. Period. You do. You do. And that's where it all got started. You went off because there's a woman saying that she ain't gotta basically say shit. The men or her man or whatever, they already provide for her without having to say anything. And that is what you, Crystal Swirls, have always wanted. But, like I've said in previous lives, if it hasn't happened to you, then it's not true. And that's what your problem with Cyber Barbie is. She's getting the money without saying anything. You're not. And you got mad. And you sent two what you call skinny girls to go after her, to humble her, as you say. And then you got that silly clown house laugh trickling behind that statement. Can't fight your own battles. You can't fight your own battles. That's the point. I mean, it makes no sense. You are 400 pounds arguing with a woman who's 160 pounds. Well, actually, really, you have no argument when it comes to a one on one situation. You have no argument. So you have to send someone who's smaller than your op to handle shit for you. The one, the girl who was 110 pounds. That way you can sit there and laugh at that. Ah, you're 160, she's 110. Uh huh, bitch, you're fat. You're 160, you're fat. Uh huh, she's 110. You're fat, you're fat, you're fat, you're 160. My girl's 110. And 160, that's not bad. Some women at 160 can carry their weight pretty well. Especially, if she has some height to her. I'm not even sure how tall Sarah Barbie is. Was that even brought up? We know the height of the other women. And at 5'10", 120 pounds, that's pretty thin. That's a stick almost. Cause I am 5'7", and when I was 125, yeah, I was pretty thin too. I wouldn't have wanted to be any thinner back then at 5'7", 125. So 5'10" at 120, that's pretty damn thin. I mean, that weight and height is something that you would find, you know, with runway models. And speaking of models, that's how y'all got to call her fat. In a model situation, she would be fat. She would be obese, what y'all said. And you're right. In a model situation. But Cyber Barbie never said she was a model. But hmm, to get y'all narrative across that she's fat, you had to throw that model shit in there. Now, if she said she was a model and she was 160, then okay, I see your point in clowning with her. But you said model 160, she's fat. You couldn't make your point would make no sense if you didn't throw that model in there. But she's not a model. She's just an everyday woman like the rest of us. So her being 160, that's no big deal. I'm 170, 5'7". And I know I look back in Crystal Swirls, and y'all little minions can disagree if you want to. I'm pretty sure you will. Just because you like her and you don't like me. You can't be objective about anything. Well, not for long, because Cyber Barbie sent her picture, and you, for a moment, oh yeah, okay, she cute. Well, you know, she cute. But then you went right back at it. You went right back at it. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, when, when will women stop bashing each other? This is some dumb shit. These women seem to forget that Crystal Swirls is the queen of breaking up the sisterhood, diluting the swirler name, diluting the divester name. She wants a sisterhood when it is serving her purpose. And she'll tear it down when it serves her purpose. She is Miss Peanut Butter. First of all, with that, she is separating herself from all black women. And then she'll pick and choose which ones can sit with her at the table. Which one are peanut butter like her? But then she probably thought, there are many peanut butter women like me, so I'll let in a few more shades that might be a little bit darker than me. So she came in with the CBCP, or what the crap it is, the caramel, bronze, peanut butter, and whatever fucking other flavor it was. Who can sit at the table with her? And all y'all dark skinned women, oh no, you can't sit with them. And what happened? Dark skinned women, or those who have dark skinned mothers, sisters, aunts, and so forth, y'all stayed right there with that shit. Just ignored it and continued to stay in her chat. Oh, I do believe there was one that left, but now she's back too. She came back tonight, Miss Coco Morena. She left doing that dark chocolate sit at my table shit. She visited my channel for a while too, and even tried to get me to watch Tyrone's YouTube channel. And when I disagreed with her on something, and I went on and told her we have to agree to disagree. Oh, she was triggered. Because I got my own mind. I am not easily manipulated, not by her or Crystal Swirls. But she got mad because I wouldn't believe whatever the fuck it was that she would believe. And I'm like, you know what? I already knew we were going to disagree. And this is my house. This is my channel. And since you can't behave, it's time for you to go. And now she's found her way back to Crystal Swirls. I mean, she didn't go back right away because me telling her to kick rocks, so that was months ago. But like I said, she going around these YouTube streets trying to fit in, trying to get in where she can fit in. And I guess after all these months of searching, here and there, near and far, she goes right back to the woman who told her basically, Blackie, you're not welcome here. She went back home. Oh my goodness. So she can hate on Tyrone again and probably still watching that channel she tried to get me to watch. Now, I'm not saying that I don't watch, as y'all say, Tyrone's channel, because there are a few channels that I do watch. I watch reaction videos, and I watch videos where there are panels of different people, black, white, whatever, having a discussion on a certain topic. But this particular Tyrone, hell, I only watched a little bit of one video. I forgot what it was, but I can kind of see why she liked it. Besides him being a Tyrone. But yeah, Coco has went back home. Well, Coco, just remember to you mind yourself now, girl. Don't step out of line, or she gonna kick your ass again out to them cotton fields. So beware when she starts bringing up skin color again, cause it will come around. She's gonna go after Jose, and Jose is not gonna choose her for whatever reason, and then he's gonna be on the hit list. And if this particular Jose wanted somebody darker than Miss Peanut Butter, oh, all hell is going to break loose on those who can't sit at the table. Can't y'all see what's going on? I mean, Crystal herself did a live crying about her dad that didn't teach her about men. She even said, y'all should not listen to her. She don't know about men. She don't know how to get one. She don't know how to approach one. She don't know how to ask for nothing. I mean, of all her videos, the ones of her crying Those are the ones you should be listening to. Those are the real Crystal Swirl videos. Because all these other ones, it's just shit that comes off the top of her head that rolls off of her tongue. She said so herself that she doesn't think before speaking. And that's why there's so much contradiction in what she says, so much hypocrisy. But she'll double down on it. And then when, oops, she changes her mind, she calls it a journey. A journey is not one day you think this way and then tomorrow it's totally different. A journey is a transformation, a growth. You have neither, Crystal Swirls. You have neither. No leveling up, no improvement, no upgrade, nothing. I mean, you have done everything possible to get it without doing the work. You want money from men without doing anything. And you call it resting in your femininity. You say that having a man, you have to keep your makeup done and your hair done, your wigs on and dressed up and this, that, and the other. You don't want to do that anymore because that's male mindedness. I don't know of a man, I ain't never been with no man who wanted me to constantly stay made up, especially at home. I mean, if anything, they'd be like, babe, you know, we're at home, relax. I mean, not that the guys ever had to tell me that either. But I never felt that I had to do this or had to do that for a man. I've had a guy or two try to put me in that situation, try to give me some kind of ultimatum. I made the choice that he didn't think I would. Oh my goodness. All of that, you have to stay, your makeup, hair done, clothes, all that. That's just you being lazy, Crystal Swirls. That's just you being lazy. Because I mean, as women, there are days we don't feel like doing our hair and makeup. I mean, we gonna get dressed, shower, get dressed, and all that stuff. But we just want to have, a day off from all the makeup and stuff. But at the same time, even when we do that, our men still love us. They still love us because we have characteristics and personality. They have, we have other things about us that are not boring. You worried about me getting bored and leaving. Well, if you're just about sex, 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 then yeah, he might get bored with that. Because a real man wants some substance. He wants his woman to have some substance. If it's all about just sex, 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 then he knows he can go and find himself a whore. Now you talk about, oh, he wants you to do all this kind of crazy stuff in the bedroom, and you got to do all this. Well, you used to talk about how good you were at those things. All the porn that you watch. But now it's an excuse for you to say that you're done with Brad when he was actually done with you first. I don't feel like doing my hair. I don't want to do my makeup. That's male mindedness. I'm not male minded anymore. No, you just don't feel like doing shit to fix yourself up. But I don't even understand why you're tired of fixing yourself up. For who? You don't go anywhere except to Walmart. Is that where you are looking for your next man? Besides being online and then you send them the little gross pictures of yourself when you try to be sexy. You spend $500. You spend $500 on wigs, and then you come on YouTube. I know I'm all over the place, y'all, but shit just coming to my mind. But then you come on YouTube and you're begging for dollars, just $1 or $2. You ain't gotta give me that much, $1 or $2. I remember. Let me go back. You were crying about, well, I won't say crying, but you were pretty pissed about how you do all these 8, 9, 10 hour lives and you ain't making but $50 or this amount or that amount. But then you'll talk about, I got a house, I got my stuff paid for, blah, 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 blah. Try to scam black women, try to collab with Angel, not me, but you know what I'm talking about. To scam black women out of their money. And even with that proof, the women were still right there taking your side when you literally was trying to collab with another black man to take their money and then leave the YouTube streets. And they still stuck by your ass. And that right there, whoo, that's when I really knew the women over there, y'all are all the way dumb, as Crystal likes to say. Are you all the way dumb? Yes, they are. But spend 500 on a wig and then want $1 or $2 from y'all. And then talk about the cheap phones that she's got and only one's working. Then she wants more dollars from y'all. And more dollars from y'all. Mm, I just thought of something. She's asking y'all women in her camp. She's asking y'all for money. $1 or $2. Lowballing herself. Well, not really. She's staying within her worth. And then she wants to scam, do a scam collaboration to get money from same said women. Mm-mm-mm. She's putting more effort. I mean, she had no problem asking and formulating a plan to get money out of her minions. Hear me again. She's asking, send me $1 or $2, send me $1 or $2, and formulating a plan, an idea to scam black women. She's asking her minions for dollars. She planned a scam for dollars from those same women. But she'll cry that she don't know how to ask men for money because her daddy didn't teach her that. She don't know how to ask for money, brother. But she knows. She has the comprehension, the goal to take from her sisterhood, from her girls, from those who are like a daughter to her. She'll take from you, whether asking for a few bucks or to scam you, but she won't take it from Brad. She can't ask Brad. She don't know how to, but she got the how to ask from other women. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. The same ones who are too dark to sit at the table. The same who were in the peanut butter club and the cocoa bronze, whatever that bullshit was. It's almost like an abusive relationship. Crystal Swirls is the man, and y'all in the camp, y'all her bitches. And she can say or do whatever she wants. And and y'all still there. And oh yes, y'all have y'all good time of laughing it up. Those are the, oh I'm sorry baby, I won't hit you again. Oh I'm sorry baby, I didn't mean to. I had a bad day at work. That's what those moments equivalent to. Until she decides you done fucked up and did something wrong, or somebody done pissed her off, and she comes on and she attacks you again, and you'll be there for it. Why? Cause see, I ain't one of her victims. Remember when the Greek was on with Miss E, and it was about Dan making that CPS call. And well, let me back up. Crystal was talking about the fact that the Greek said it was Dan that called, and she didn't believe the Greek. And I forgot what exactly. That might have been what made me call in. But I called in and I was like, yeah, Dan did call CPS. He told me he did it. And she was like, what? What? Oh no. Oh no. He called. And all of a sudden she believes me. But she wouldn't believe the Greek, and he told her the same thing. Why? Because she was mad at him at the moment. So everything in his mouth was a lie. But she believes me. And I was like, yeah. Dan told me when he did it. And she was like, he told you and you didn't feel the need to put me on. Basically, she wanted me to tell her about it. And my response was simply, huh, what for? And of course, I think she went on about some sisterhood or some sisterhood. What, bitch? Why would I help you with anything? You lied on me. We ain't said shit since, which is totally fine. But you lie on me, and then you still expect me to come to your rescue. Now, I'm not holding a grudge. I'm not holding a grudge. But I'm just like, I'm gonna let the pieces fall where they fall. That's all it was. I mean, you blocked me. You don't want to hear from me. You don't want my advice. So why should I help you? That's the way I feel about it. But yeah, she wanted to know why I didn't tell her. And like I said, what for? And she proceeds in calling me a tranny. And again, that's a lie. I am not a tranny. And then she continued on with somebody said they saw my hand bullshit. It's always somebody else told her this. Somebody else told her that. Because it's a damn lie. Because if the lie ever came to light, she could say that was somebody gave her some bad information. She won't say that, she won't take ownership of her own bullshit, her own lies. It's, oh, well, somebody else told me. That way later she can claim no accountability. But yeah, she called me a tranny. So, I mean, she just proved my point right there. Why should I help you? You lie. You expect me to help you and I don't. And you immediately go in with the lies again. But see, she and other women, they may get triggered by being called fat, being called a man or masculine for being strong, black women, or being called a tranny. Those are words and terms that she and others may be triggered by, but I am not. I am not. My self esteem is not low like that. And those are words of people who don't know me. And what I mean by that is if you haven't met a person in person, you really don't know them. Because even the people you know in person in real life, even family, will shit on you if they want to. It happens. So, for someone who I've never met in person, some a few words are not gonna bother me. They're not. I already had another person lying on me, saying that, you know, I was my picture was an avatar and it wasn't me, and I was fat with 4 kids. My response, I put on that same outfit that was in that so called avatar, and I did a full body shot. I did a 360, and I turned the camera off. Now, I can't prove that I don't have 4 kids, but I don't. But I definitely proved that I wasn't fat. And I didn't have to say a word. Didn't have to say one word in that video. The picture said it all. So calling me tranny and all this and the other, I'm not words. If you've seen me, you know that I am not a tranny, and Crystal Swirls knows it too. Those are just trigger words for other black women, but not this one. Crystal Swirls Miss, I have a house. By the way, that house is across the street from some projects. But Miss, I have a house. I got a pension. She's set for life. Well, if that's the case, then why don't she get herself a man, if that's even possible anymore, and he can just live in his own house, and she can continue to pay her bills and still have her man. If she's worried about him asking where what she does and what she brings to the table, thinking he's gonna take her money or live up under her and have her pay for everything or whatever the case may be, just just live separately. But it's all or none with her. And she's been getting a lot of none. Trying to teach women how to get some when she ain't never had some herself as an example to teach. That's why I think most of the time these women are there to just laugh it up. Just to laugh it up. Because it's a clown show. I watch and review to call out her bullshit. I mean, if she was really living the life that she preaches about and we still fell out, they'd be like, ah, all right. But I was calling out some shady shit that I saw, but it wasn't at her, it was at the Tyrones who she was calling up on her show. But I must have triggered something in her because she thought I was talking about her. And that just goes to show that she ain't shit and she knows it. And when somebody called out the shit, me, she wasn't paying attention to who it was directed at, which was the guys. She instantly thought, oh shit, she knows I'm shit. Well, yeah, I definitely do now. And even at that time, even though that wasn't directed at her, I slowly started to see a change in the channel. Because, like I said at the beginning, it was entertaining. Oh, here's a black woman like myself who dates out, like me. Let me watch. And that's why I started watching. But then it became hate black men, hate black men, hate black men, hate black men. I don't need to hate black men to justify why I date out. I do not have to hate one to justify dating another. I can just simply not deal with said person. And just because I date Brad, don't mean I'm gonna date every Brad I see. No. Just like when I dated Tyrone's. I didn't date every Tyrone I saw. It takes more than just what race he is. It takes more than that. But yeah, I started to see through the bullshit, and I was just like, one minute we're timing him out, kicking him out of the chat. Next minute we're kicking him out, timing him out in the chat, and it's like, don't do that. Don't kick him out. And it went back and forth for a couple months before I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show. I didn't even use my wrench toward the end. I was just like, she can't make up her mind what she wants us to do. So, I mean, I don't give a damn about a wrench. I don't give a damn about a wrench. Especially if you're instructing us not to use it. I don't give a damn about a wrench. But you try to make it about the wrench. Oh, you tried, you tried, you tried. But it wasn't about the wrench. It was about that lie that you were telling to get rid of me. Or the one you told after you did. You did not want that to come out. You didn't want that misunderstanding to come out. And when I told you via text message that you were wrong, what did you say? Oh, that I should have been more clearer. Oh, no, ma'am. See, you were the hit dog that hollered. I wasn't talking about you, but you felt I was. You told me, well, if I wanted to be, or if I wanted my wrench back, let you know, or some kind of shit like that, that if I wanted my wrench back. And I didn't say, yes, Crystal, I want it back, please. Nah, bitch, I'm not kissing your ass. What did I tell you? I said something to the effect of, something about trusting me. That I want it, or if you trust me, or if you don't trust me, I don't want. Somewhere along the ways of trusting me. And you show me that you don't. But I believe you didn't trust me to stay in my place while you talked your shit. So you had to get rid of me by taking my wrench and blocking me. Because I came too close to calling the shit on them guys. So close to calling the shit on them guys that you thought I was directing it at you, so you had to get rid of me before the shit became you. That I point out. Mm-hmm. That's okay though, because I'm still doing it. I'm doing it right now. And I've been doing it since then. And the only thing that you have said about it is calling me Angel Harms and a tranny. That's all the smoke you got for me. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Let me get up. That's all the smoke she had for me. Like this cigarette. Now, the live that she had the other night, of course, I was hot with this stuff she was saying. And this video was supposed to be, or at least the tone was supposed to be something a little different than what it is. I've had time to get away from the Crystal Swirl shit for a day. But I told y'all I was going to do this, so I'm doing it. But I tell you, she do get me riled up when she be just talking shit, spreading lies, especially to the young ones who are listening to this and following this, because some of them, they weren't around for the earlier years with all the crying and milkman and taking him back and going to his house or his apartment to pick up his things because his mother told her to before the landlord put it out on the street. And she went and got it. This man just, I think this is when he beat her over the head with the broomstick and she went to jail. And his mother says to go get his stuff out of the apartment. Now you can tell that she was gonna take his ass back. You go over there and get his stuff out of his apartment because his mother, who you said is rich, many a time you said was rich, his family's rich, told you to go get his stuff at his apartment. Why? They can buy some more. And even if they couldn't, this man just beat you over the head and he's in jail. And his mama wants you to go get his stuff and you go over there like a dumb bitch and get it. She would have taken Milkman back. No doubt, she would have taken it back because that was the best she could get. He was good looking in her eyes. Mm-mm. This is the woman who y'all follow. And y'all were, ooh, he cute, Crystal. Ooh, he cute, Crystal. Are y'all insane? Actually, yeah, yeah, y'all are. Cause just like Crystal, she keeps doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And instead of changing her behavior towards men, about men, and how she operates with men, she becomes a recluse. She's not doing her hair. She's not worried about her weight, which is just an excuse to say, I'm lazy, as we all know. She won't do anything for herself. And don't you dare try and take away what she has. Especially when it comes to that check that she pretty much blew. Death threats to her son, her older one, when she thought he was going to come get Angelo and take him away from her, which is probably a damn good idea. Crazy bitch made threats online to have her son deleted if he tried to come and take her younger son, her paycheck from him. And I'm going to say paycheck because that's what she said was the best thing and only thing good about Angelo was the paycheck. Y'all remember that video? Oh, yeah. She took that down too. She took all them videos down. But it goes without saying. I got it over here. Y'all know. And CPS knows too. They're not only aware of that video, but they got their copy. I didn't send it to them, but they got it. Where is Angelo now? I'm curious after that knock on the door. Where's your paycheck, Crystal? Is he still there? Because we all know, well, you I mean, you already said that when he turns 25, you were done with him. You gonna put him out. because he's old enough that the pedos don't get him. You're still sticking to that same old story. Those molestation stories. Those things are wild. From what I recall, he's a pretty big guy, Angelo. You ain't gotta wait till he's 25 to be too old for the pedophiles. I mean, think pedophiles. They want young children, young boys and girls. Mm, he's past that now. But you're gonna let him go at 25. Is that enough time for you to collect them checks and kind of rack up and get ready so you can have some little nest egg to live off of? Or you figure by then you'll be way too old and even slower and probably even heavier that you won't be able to handle him? I mean, that's why Dan wanted him to be placed in a home where people can take care of him. Not to get rid of him, but to care for him. But you had to turn that situation into something else too. If you don't want to send them away, then y'all could have had care brought to the home. You said something about insurance in your live the other day. Well, Dan had was he either had or was gonna have insurance put on all y'all. So if something goes wrong, something happens to him, that y'all were taken care of. But in your narrative to get rid of him because he bought that motorcycle, or he wouldn't pay your bills, or whatever you demanded of him, you chose to think that he was going to delete you and Angelo and collect the money. Either you thought of that or somebody thought of that for you, but you just took it and ran. If someone did tell you that, you so stupid to let people manipulate you out of a relationship just like you manipulated Sasha out of hers. And speaking of Sasha, and that $100 that y'all just kept going on and on and on and on and on about, which it was more or going to be more than that $100. It was going to be an apartment, rent paid for, a new car, a camera, a ring, and I think there was some kind of coat or something she liked on top of that $100, which was not meant for her to spend on herself, as he already had her Christmas gifts covered. But y'all went on and on and on about that $100, especially you, Crystal Swirls. And what, 2 3 months later, last night or the night before, one of your recent lives, what did you say? You said, when asking Brad for money, start out low, start out small, and see if he'll do that for you. And then if he does, ask for more and then more, and then more, and then more. So which one is it? Sasha's $100 was too small, or a woman should start out asking for small amounts? Which one is it? Which one is it? And then she gives you $66 out of that 100. Maybe that cut wasn't enough for you. And I don't even understand why she would even give you that money. But you said that she paid you to get rid of him for her. So I'm going to say that you charged her to do that. I'm going to say that. You charged her to do that. Because, I mean, $66, that's an odd number to give someone. Usually it's like 60 or 65, but $66. Which I'm gonna guess that $100 that he gave, and y'all know who I'm talking about. He gave her that $100, and she probably went out and got something to eat, and $66 was what was left, and you took that from her. Yeah, I believe that's what you did. I believe you charged her that money. And you got mad because that wasn't enough for you. Even though it's a low number that you said to start with, it wasn't enough for you. It's going to be some dead air for a moment. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Yeah, but that was your payment. I don't know why these women give up their hard earned money to you, especially, I believe it was, I want to say it was Geisha Peach. They gave you 500. If somebody gave you 500, that's just straight up ridiculous. And even what did you do with that 5, Miss Kept woman, Miss Pension woman? Because you sure were taking a whole lot of money. Well, the money they gave you, I wouldn't say it's a whole lot. And you didn't even put it towards your channel in getting a second phone until recently. And I remember there were a few lives where you said that you you weren't going to get a second phone if they weren't going to call into your shows. It took a long time before you got that second phone. So what did you do with those donations beforehand? Bragging about $500 worth of wigs that you're not putting anything into your channel. And why are you so comfortable now that you came back? You came back to talk about Tina Turner or how black men were talking bad about Tina. And you've been on a roll ever since. But now it's Brads are bad too. Still hurt over Top Shelf Todd? Oh, yeah. You talked to him because he told you that Tyrone was moving into his neighborhood. Again, you're back to talking to your friend Top Shelf Todd because he gave you some content about Tyrone moving in his neighborhood. Completely just erase how he treated you. Erase how he treated you just so you can have some content about Tyrone moving into his neighborhood. And I said your friend Top Shelf Todd because you said friend when you brought him up. And I bet you he still didn't send no flowers. Oh, this cycle continues. But she should be mad at Jose too. Because after she put the DSL on him for that NutriBullet, he's still not in the picture. Maybe you should start out low and sucked for something cheaper than a $50 NutriBullet. Maybe for flowers. Maybe that's why you didn't get flowers from Top Shelf Todd. Because you didn't give him the same attention that you gave Jose when you got that NutriBullet. You say, what did you say that I heard in this last live? I can't remember. You said if they ain't something you ain't riding. I don't know what it was. You ain't riding because nobody wants your 400-pound ass on them. Which reminds me, like a lot of your lives, when y'all going in on Cyber Barbie in the chat, they were talking about being cum buckets. You had that scratchy throat thing going on. What is it with that, Crystal Swirls? What's with the scratchy throat thing? Were you doing it for a new washer and dryer? Did you break that NutriBullet and you're trying to go and get another one? That scratchy little throat thing, that shit's irritating and it's very telling of what you've been doing. Or something that they left behind. A little special gift for you. Either way, it's disgusting. You really should stop. Like you should all things. But you won't. You won't. You won't. You'll keep on teaching and preaching about shit you don't know about. And now it's Jose's turn. There'll be a Jose out there to teach you a lesson. You'll cry about him. And then what you got left? Chung Li? And then what? After you run through all the men, you done gone through Tyrone, mad at him. Now you're going through Brad, you're mad at him, and now it's Jose's turn. And then you got Chung Li. Then what? But you still, I say you still want Tyrone, and that's okay. But just admit it. Because even in this last live, you were talking about what does Tyrone have that you wish Brad had? See, you still, you still want Tyrone, but you're hiding it with other races of men, and those aren't working out either. So eventually, you're going to circle back to Tyrone and start over again anyway. You will. And it'll be more crying and more lying. We all, well, not, I'm not including myself, but those who listen to you should really, really listen to those videos that you cried in. Milkman, Top Shelf Todd, the one about your daddy not teaching you about men. Those are the true you. That's when you are the most truthful. But no, they ignore it. Just like the next day, you act as though you never said it. You don't know anything about men. You definitely can show us about what it looks like to choose the wrong one. You've definitely done that. But you've also shown us how to lose a good one, which would be Dan. So, your video history has shown us how to lose a man but not keep them. Maybe you should stick to that. Seems to be what you're best at. Yeah, that's what you should do. But, you know, you won't. We'll all sit back. They'll be in agreement with you. I'll do my lives and laugh at you. That's what it'll be from here on out because you know absolutely nothing about men, no matter what race they are. You don't know a damn thing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this rant. I see a few of y'all have come through here. I just want to do this live. Like I said, it uploads faster than doing a long recording. But I'm going to end this now and we'll just wait for the next video that we can all laugh about. But right now, she's asking for all Jose's that like black women. Sub, please. I call that begging. Yeah. Well, hopefully she won't damage the next Jose to where he also deletes himself. Anyway, I'm out. Until next time.